Today, we are discussing the importance of student advocacy in open education.
I am so excited to see the open movement flourishing and gaining momentum. But one gap we've noticed is how often students are left out of the conversation. At UTA, we're invested heavily in OER, providing substantial faculty grants, and in spring 2025 alone, our students avoided spending over $5.4 million in course material costs. That's powerful, but saving money isn't the whole story. We've been reimagining what student advocacy and outreach can look like. This session highlights how we have invited students into open education here at UTA. I'm Zara, UTA's OER librarian, presenting with two colleagues and co-authors.
Hello, my name is Lainie Allen. I use she, her pronouns. I was the Learning Resources Librarian at the University of Texas in Arlington, and now I have become the Open Education Librarian at Western Oregon University.
So I'm Anamol Khadka. I'm the founder and former president for OSEG. OSEG is an open education student advocacy group at the University of Texas at Arlington. So it's a student organization that is advocating for open access and open educational resources at the university.
When we bring students into open, we're not just cutting costs. We are preparing them to practice the skills higher education is meant to cultivate.
Over the course of their degree, students are developing the skills that they will use in their professional life. As educators, we want to give them the opportunity to demonstrate these skills prior to graduation to their future employers. As such, OER programs are uniquely positioned to seek out collaborative partnerships with campus departments and student organizations.
So we put that belief into practice. Our first opportunity came from a practical need. We had to hire a graduate research assistant. We redesigned the hiring process as student advocacy. Students were not just applying for a job, they were stepping into the movement. The application introduced the open movement, asked candidates to reflect on their skills, and invited them to imagine how OER could help their peers and how their skills could help further the open movement. Interviews were conversations and problem solving. We looked for collaboration and ownership and leadership.
Before joining OER department, I was, completely unaware about these resources that exist.
From that process, OSAG was born, the Open Education Student Advocacy Group. After we hired Anamol, he initiated the formation of OSAG. Lainie and I said yes to serving as the faculty advisors, and then we got out of the way. What we learned is simple. Students do not just want jobs in open, they want ownership. They want to make a difference.
So given my about a year of experience being a president as a student leader, the first thing is making students aware about open educational resources, about what it is, and more importantly, the impact it has on students. Seeking for those students, for the potential leaders that have past experience being a leader on other student organization, or maybe having qualities and traits for being a good leader. Having someone that can take ownership and that can take the that can get things done, that is very important.
That is why we started the OER Trailblazers badge program and have created a student or learner track. It invites and supports students to discover, engage, author, mentor, and advocate for open education. It's part of a broader plan to create structured, equitable pathways for anyone to grow in open education. Here's my favorite part. Our current OER GRAs are building the student track in Canvas. I provide guidance and oversight, but this is students creating for students. The content, examples, activities, reflections, they are all their lived experience in their language. We are piloting this program during the 2025 to 2026 academic year. Our goal is to package the whole program and have it ready for reuse in summer 2026 so that other institutions can adapt it to build their OER community. Open pedagogy is about authentic work for real audiences. We looked for campus partnerships where students could practice advocacy in the wild.
Think about the opportunities on your campus. For example, teacher education programs or marketing communication courses, advocacy or social justice groups, even student government. Anyone who might have the skills that you can then utilize to promote OER. One such example is through the course of another project, our team came across a public relations campaigns course. We were excited about the opportunities of this collaboration, so we simply reached out to the faculty member, and they were so excited and willing to work with us.
Hi there, my name is Shelley Wigley. I'm Associate Professor in the Department of Communication at UTA Arlington. Last fall, students in my PR campaigns class worked as a student-run agency to research, develop, and implement a PR campaign on behalf of OER on the UTA campus. This was really great to watch. First of all, students, seeing them advocate for something that impacts them, that involves them, as well as their peers, was really rewarding. I think they found it rewarding as well, and they also were completely engaged, and so they produced a great product. Also, it was great watching open pedagogy happen right before my eyes. The work that they produced is going to be used in an upcoming OER workbook that I am working on for PR campaigns classes. So it was a win-win, it was a great experience, and I recommend it to any and all faculty.
Over the course of a semester, these early career professionals worked with our team to create a public relations campaigns focused on promoting OER materials to faculty and students on campus. They used their skills to create events, marketing material, they conducted research surveys, while our team provided the knowledge and training to these students about OER. This partnership was incredibly valuable because the students were able to identify and implement effective programs because they were part of the community we were trying to reach. We saw more student involvement and engagement in our events because students were the ones who created it. In addition, faculty are supportive of student work and were excited to be involved in the research conducted by the students. I also believe that since students served as a middleman for these surveys, faculty felt more comfortable and shared more information that they probably wouldn't have shared directly with our OER team.
When our team crossed paths with a PR campaigns course, the fit was obvious. Real research, real messaging, real student audiences. The PR students reached their peers in ways we could not. It was not just a class assignment. It was an advocacy campaign that changed how people on campus think about OER. That partnership reminded us students are not just participants. They are communicators, designers, and leaders.
Since we had a full team of students working with us, we were able to achieve a lot more over the course of a single semester. For example, students created 4 additional OER events and about 52 social media posts that highlighted our efforts. Since most cases, OER programs are working with limited budgets and staff. Combining efforts and utilizing the skills of our students can drastically increase the OER programs and presence on campus. Over the course of this partnership, the students went from learning about OER to becoming creators of open access materials, publishing these resources in UTA's open repository, Mab Matrix. So their efforts will continue to serve as a legacy far past just a single collaboration.
At UTA, we are stepping into a broader vision of open education. We will always support faculty adoption and creation. We will also center students as leaders and partners.
I firmly believe, both faculties and students have a crucial role on making this advocacy journey successful. Without penetrating at a root level of involving faculty and students, actively in this journey, I believe that just making at a policy level will not be impactful and might as well not be successful. So we must involve them. Also, students can make a significant impact by organizing student-led events and student organizations, advocating for these open educational resources at their college level or at their university level to really make an impact.
I would highly recommend any OER program to find ways to build partnerships with campus collaborators, specifically students, because at the end of the day, our goal is to highlight our students' success.
Learners are the ultimate stakeholders. No OER decision should be made without their voices shaping it. So here's my question for you. How are you including students in open education, in your initiatives, in your conversations, in your decisions? Because when students are at the table, the movement doesn't just grow, it transforms. Thank you.